Hey, I hit the wrong button. So I'm back, everybody, but let me rename myself and we'll get this party started. Good morning, good morning. Where do Miss Sharon, I post the recordings on YouTube, and then also I will go and post the record. Most time I try to post the recording link in under the flyer wherever I posted it. But it actually goes to YouTube. If you just go to YouTube and you search Anthony Moreland, that's pretty much where I put every recording that I find in general, right there. Well, everybody, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the record button as well. Welcome all the YouTube livers that's watching from YouTube Live or watching the. We're gonna go ahead and kick it off. Today is gonna be a little different because I'm actually gonna talk a little bit about something that I talk with my mentors all the time, Todd, Brent. We always just talking, but they're always giving me nuggets. But then also I wanted to open it up, and I just wanted everybody kind of, maybe you had a question or something that, maybe you wanted a tip on how to do this, how to respond to a text message, a call, follow up, or something of that nature, how to do a presentation. I did want to open it up and let y'all ask me questions. But the little topic I wanted to talk about was being consistent and persistent. You hear Kim Bailey talk about it all the time, but I wanted to talk about it because, matter of fact, I did a challenge with our team, and it was, hey, let's be consistent and let's go live on whatever platform we wanted for 30 days. See, what that's going to do is that's going to help the team be consistent at something that they probably not even comfortable with. I mean, I see Melissa on as well, and we've both been doing it. Even for myself, I started last week. I said, you know what? I'm just going to go live. I'm going to be consistent. But it's the same thing as if you were trying to, get into that fitness ideal weight that you wanted to, or get into the ideal shape that you wanted to get into. But guess what? It's going to come with some consistency over and over and over. It's kind of like when you take the drops, they say follow the approved food list, but we all know when you don't follow the approved food list, it doesn't go as well as when you follow the approved food list and you just take it every day, 30, 60, 90, 6 months. The difference it would be if you just kind of did it. But that's the same thing you have to do in your business. The same exact thing. You have to figure out, for instance, how many calls you're going to make a day, how many, maybe your goal is, every single day, I at least want 2 people to sit down and hear about this. Either they're going to watch a video, either I'm going to do a 2-on-1 Zoom, 2-on-1 sit down, a launch party, something. But every single day I'm doing at least 2 or 1 or 5 or whatever it may be. But you got to pick the number because everybody's schedule is different. Some people are working. Some people have kids. It's summertime. You got kids' activities. So your schedule better than everybody. But after you do that, now you got to figure out, okay, what consistent efforts can I do for my business every single day? I think one of the only downfalls about our business, in this industry and joining Partner Co. is really the startup costs. Even the higher packs, the $2,000 packs, the ultimate packs, those is not even enough compared to what it costs to start a traditional business. And I think that's the main downfall is because when you don't spend that much, you kind of tend to blow it off. You'll kind of do everything else besides work your business. And I promise you, either you're relaunching your business or you're just getting started, or you haven't gotten the business to where it needs to. At the very beginning, it's going to seem like you're putting in because you are going to have to put in more effort. You're going to have to put in more effort. You're going to go through more adversity and different things at the very beginning because you're trying to get it going. You're trying to get it running. You're trying to get it. And you're going to have to do more calls and different things. It's going to be more personal efforts. I always say at the very beginning of your business, it's all mostly going to be personal. It's going to be a lot of personal sales, a lot of personal recruits, a lot of personality. You're going to have to do a lot of personal things. And then once you still getting those 1, 2, 5, 10 people with you, you teach them how to do the same thing. And then you get a couple more people going, you teach them how to do the same thing. And then you teach everybody how to do the same thing. But always remember your team is going to do what you do. Always remember what your team is going to do what you'll do. So one of my examples I wanted to be to my team was I had to show up. My team should know that I'm going to show up. I'm going to show up to a Zoom. I'm going to show up to a regional event. I'm going to show up to if the in-home party is close by. If they call me I'm going to show up. I'm being consistent at showing up. So remember, your team is going to do what you do. So if you show up, what you think your team going to do? If you slack off, what you think your team is going to do? So you got to build it. And then once you start developing leaders, then that's when I would say you kind of take the break. A lot of people say, well, I got all this going. Hey, I'm not saying take away from your life. I'm not saying take a vacation here and there. But I'm also saying be realistic as well. If you know you haven't done anything and you want to go and take 2 weeks off, or you know you don't have anything going, would you take 2 weeks off? Okay, let's put it in perspective of a traditional business that people know about, a brick and mortar. You just spent $1 million on a new franchise. You just did it. You just started 6 months ago. Would you take a 2-week vacation if you just spent $1 million? No, you wouldn't. I'm probably 100% sure nobody take a vacation. Everybody's going to work hard. Why? Because they wanted to get the foundation going. So why aren't you willing to do that here? I'm not saying that you don't take a couple, maybe a day off, and just kind of get your mind together, but you gotta work. It's gonna consist of work. Y'all know I don't sugarcoat here. This is not no fairy tale, training. Hey, I'm gonna tell you have to work to get it going. Yes, it may early mornings, late evenings. It's gonna consist of that. It's gonna consist of a lot of calls. It's gonna consist of a lot of people walking away from the business. It's going to, sometimes you just be like, well, I thought everything was going good. And, somebody just quits, or it doesn't matter what it is. It happens. It's part of this business. You can't control it. But what you can control is your attitude, the way you respond, and just say, hey, you know what? Hey, I'm always here for you if you change your mind. And just keep on going. Being consistent, just keep on rolling. Trust me, the seed will eventually fall on good ground. The good book talks about it, and being persistent with it, being persistent, consistent. You want to be consistent, do something every single day. And then you want to be persistent behind it. Like you want to have some persistence with it. You want to, don't put it off all the time. Like don't make it, you got 10 things to do, and don't make it number 10. Be persistent. Make it number 1, 2, or 3. You got to go for it because this is what's going to build your dream. I always tell people your job, your retirement, or whatever you already have, that's going to pay the bills. This is going to build the legacy. This is going to help you towards that dream, get you that dream car, the dream house, maybe the dream financial bank account that you want, whatever it is that you want. This opportunity can do it just for you. And here at Partner Co., you're in the best position ever. I don't think a lot of people know what they have their hands on right now. I don't think they know. You're in a company that does business in over close to 70 countries around the world. You're debt free, so you don't have any debt to worry about. You have the best products on the market. I will put our products up against anybody out there. And you have a compensation plan that is fair. And everybody can win. You have all the integrity. You have owners, you have one owner who has over 25 years experience in the industry. And then you have another owner who has all the experience of running a traditional business and has made lots and lots of money. So you don't have anything to worry about. If anybody who was on the Chalk Talk yesterday heard Brent talk about that, but the position you're in is absolutely amazing. And I know if you could just grasp onto that, you'll have all this excitement to go share with the world. I don't care if you share with somebody 5 years ago, you should go back and share with them again. I don't care if your family told you no 10 years ago or however long ago. Hey, you should just reach back out to them because life changes for everybody. They may be dealing with a health issue that they could just use a product. But see, going back and being consistent and following up with people, it definitely will be very, very beneficial. But y'all did hear me mention, I wanted to open it up. I wanted y'all to be able to ask me questions, and let's just talk about it. How can I help y'all have more success in your business? So anybody, feel free to unmute and just ask a question that you having trouble with in your business. I don't care what it is. Anybody can unmute and just ask. Is there any questions out there, or maybe you're at work and you can't talk? Maybe you want to type it in. But I want to help you out. Like, is it you need help? Like, what's some suggestions on inviting? Social media. What is it that can help you out? How can I help you? Any questions? Because I'm all for helping anybody out, whether inviting. But I do encourage you to be consistent. I encourage you to be consistent on social media. I encourage you to be consistent in your business with making calls, doing appointments, following up. Sonia, the question was, it's really open to everybody to ask any questions that they may have toward, like, for your business. Like, is there a question, maybe you wanted to know some follow-up tips, inviting tips, presentation tips, anything. Anybody can ask any question. I just wanted to open it up and allow everybody to ask anything that was on their mind. I talked about consistency, so but I would love to just open it up. There's no bad questions either, anybody. So, well, it doesn't look like any questions. So, well, we'll just go ahead and stop here. But I encourage you to be consistent, be persistent in your business, treat it like a business, treat it like a traditional business. But if you're having trouble with that, I would encourage you to a poll question on social media. That's simple there, Michelle. So you just simply go to your Facebook. Let's say you were doing Facebook. You would go to Facebook. You would hit on create a story. This is creating a poll on Facebook. Now, it might be a little different on social media, but then you select a picture that you want, or take a picture right then. And then the next step is right there where it says stickers at the top. It'd be like a little smiley face with a box. It's like a little box. You click on stickers, and it's going to give you some options. In the middle row, it's going to say poll. And once you click on poll, you get an option to create a poll. You get an option to create a poll on your social media store. Did that make sense for you, Michelle?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. Well, I encourage y'all to be consistent on social media. Right now is the time to be in front of your audience.
I have a question.
Oh, go for it, Melissa.
What is the best platform to be on as far as with your business? Is it Facebook? Is it Instagram? Is it TikTok? Or would you incorporate all of them at one time?
Well, I encourage you to be everywhere that you possibly can. Now, I'm not saying overwhelm yourself, but it be everywhere. Be visible, because you just never know where a person gonna come from. I use YouTube, but I don't use it to my full advantage. Well, based off of YouTube, I've gotten 5 leaders, over the last few months, and I barely even kind of use it. But you can also use Instagram, Facebook. I just encourage you to find 2, maybe 3 of them and be consistent on them. Find a way to go live, make posts, interact with other people. All of them have different things that boost the algorithm up. Like on Facebook and Instagram, the more you go live and create reels, the more they're going to give you an audience of random people. So TikTok, I believe it's just, a lot of reels. I even think they have a live feature on there now. So it's just absolutely amazing. LinkedIn, you just pick which ones you like and be consistent. And be consistent.
Okay. Thanks, Ant.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Social media, business questions. I just wanted to help and give my anything I could do to help anybody today. Well, all righty. Well, encourage you again to be consistent. Be consistent in your business. Make the calls. Whether it's 3 calls a day, 5 calls a day, 10 calls a day, 20 calls a day. I believe if you're part-time, you should be at least doing about, anywhere from 3 to 5 calls a day, text message, getting people plugged in to sit down and hear about the presentation, to setting it all up. And if you're full-time, you need to be anywhere from, anywhere above 10, and depending on how fast you run around. Right now is the time to go. It's amazing what we're seeing right now. I'm telling you right now is amazing. I haven't seen this much growth in the summer months than I have in a long time, y'all. In a long time. And when you start having success in the summer months, most of the time business slow down or kind of get stagnant in the summer because people are going on vacations and doing things like this. And guess what? Numbers are still up as a company as a whole. And that's a big thing. And that's a big thing. I know for sure my business is up as well. The team's numbers are up in general. And it's like, whoa, all across the board, whether it's, looking at the team in Japan, looking at the team in Africa, looking at the team in Europe, it's still high. So that in the summer months, that's big. So, hey, I encourage you to get your foot in the water, start picking up the phone, be consistent, reach out to people, find them on social media, wherever you find people at, interact with them, be everywhere, be visible to everybody. So, all right, everybody. I'll see y'all next week.
Thanks, Ant.